So this happened in December 1999 roughly, and I was dreaming about, I think I was having like a kind of a nightmare or something like that, and I woke up and the room was a strange shade of, it was a sort of a bluish shade, and I felt a sort of a presence, a sort of a sense of fear, and tried to wake up my partner, and I couldn't. I really was trying, you know, to do that, and he wouldn't wake up. And the next thing, I was flipped onto my back, pinned down onto the bed, and there was this sort of what I could only describe as a demonic figure sort of leering down at me, pinning me down onto the bed. And he was very pale skinned, very sort of long dark hair, and had sort of ribbons or something at the end of it, and he said, "You thought you could get away from me, didn't you?" He had like one long fingernail, which he was scraping at my neck. He seemed to want to cut my throat, basically. And I looked to the corner, and there was an old woman standing there with sort of scraggly hair and a long white nightie on, and she seemed to think that this was very funny. She was giggling into her hand, and later on I discovered that other people had had this kind of experience, that the old woman is known as the old hag, or the Mara, where we get the word nightmare from. That the incubus attack, as it was, basically that's what it was. It can come in many different forms. It can be a female, which is a succubus. It can be. It's also called the old hag experience. So sometimes it's the old hag that's on top of people, and there are also other different explanations for it, including psychological ones.